I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Yeah. Hey, turn that beat up, man. It's about to go down in the town. I wanted to do something different today. Many people have been listening to me and following me from the Foxhole days. The Voice of Reason was born in 2008. April 10th, 2008 was the first Voice of Reason show. That's when it first aired. Jamie Foxx was like, yo, man, you come highly recommended. I want to hear your voice. So get rid of your co-hosts. Got rid of everybody. And from that moment on, after about 6 months after the show was on, from that moment on, I started doing the show by myself. And that's when the ratings just went crazy. Through the roof. Ooh. Well, today I wanted to try it out again. Because I got a hell of a topic. And this show right now is a caller-driven show. I want to hear from folk because this topic is so powerful and so passionate. A lot of people don't know the answers to these questions. But listen, before I even get into all of that, y'all got to do me a solid. There's only 250 physical copies of this book remaining. All right, The Relationship Dismount. How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Only 250 physical copies. Frank will put up my website. If you want a physical copy of this book, my book, get to IamZoeWilliams.com, or you can get it on Kindle, or you can get it on iBooks. But if you want a physical copy to hold in your hand to read, then we're good. Also, I'm representing right now my homeboy. His clothing line is called Nubia, right? Nubia, NUWBIA.com. Nubia.com. The shirt says Kemet, land of the black gods, and the hat says the same in hieroglyphics. Oh yeah, he went to Egypt. He went there. Listen, the show's about to be crazy. And I need you guys to chime in. The phone number to dial, 323-230-4610. Because I have to get the consensus from men today. Oh, one other thing. The GoFundMe page. I'm telling you, it's limping along. I need us to make a push. It's limping along. Frank is very expensive. It's limping along. I need you guys to support that movement. Go to www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. The birth of the VOR radio network is in desperate need of your generous support. We appreciate you. I've already said, look at us like PBS. We got high-end programming, and we need our donors and our sponsors to keep it cracking. We need your help. Please get there. www.gofundme.com. Frank, pull it up right now as I'm speaking. www.gofundme.com/ZO Williams. Now that that's taken care of, the business is real. Today's topic: Simp'n versus serving in intimate relationship. Who deserves serving? And when does serving your partner cross the line into simping or self-compromise? When do you cross the line? The science of Cap'n Save 'em versus Cap'n Raise 'em. Oh my God. This is about to be crazy. This is a crazy topic. Let's just break it down. I don't have any cackling women to get in the way. None of that. But wait a minute. Not all women. What? Do we have to preface all again? Some but all. Some but not all. Always. But I mean, I just felt defensive about what you said, and it touched a wound that caused me. None of that shit. It's real talk today. 323-230-44 or 4610. 323-230-4610. You got to get to your phone line. Now, we all find ourselves in need of someone's assistance at some time or another. If we are wise, we thank those who have assisted us as we regain our composure. We repay our debts and we learn from our experiences. Often, we find ourselves in a position to help others. Again, if we are wise, we assist those who need us without exacting some hidden toll. Simp'n asked me, if I simp for you. Okay, let me keep going. Wisdom dictates that we give graciously and receive humbly. This way, both parties are respected. In tonight's show, we will take an investigative look into the world of sugar mamas and cat daddies that mack with their wallets, or damsels in distress and knights in shining armor. Yikes. Tonight, exclusively on The Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, we will shed light on the concealed motives behind behind the secret identity of an age-old protector of the weak and needy. Tonight, we will expose Simp'nstein, the White Knight, a.k.a. Captain Save-A-Ho. Oh my God, I got questions. Lord have mercy. Raise them up, Jesus. They're in trouble. Let me be your life raft. It's coming down the pike. True or false? Is respect an evaluative process? A process that requires evaluation, judgment, assessment, critical thinking. And if it is, wow. Whoever earns our respect had to be vetted out, right? If respect is an evaluative process, they had to be vetted out in order to get it, or they can't get respect, right? Okay, I just want to be clear on that. True or false? Is respect an evaluative process? If it is, okay, cool. I just want to put that out there for now. Oh God. True or false? The expectations you have for someone else are directly related to what you think you deserve. 323-230-4610. I want to hear from people. This is going to be crazy. Has female empowerment made it exceedingly difficult for men to be chivalrous today? Miss Independent, Miss to the left. Well, fuck chivalry then. If my shit is in a box on the porch and my exact duplicate is on his way up here, fuck you. Right? True or false? I got to read it again. Oh my God. Has female empowerment made it exceedingly difficult for men to be chivalrous? Did feminism kill chivalry? Fuck it. I'll throw it out there. I ain't scared. Who wants to talk about it? You know, women get mad at me when I do this. You didn't have to say it with the attitude. I mean, the fuck? It's real. If I open the door for you and you look at me like I'm reaching for your purse, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you in the car. I don't need your help. Okay, well, fuck you then. Oh, my feelings are... Well, you was just Billy Badass a minute ago. Yeah? Yeah, okay, cool. I just want to be clear. Somebody help us. Oh, God. Has chivalry become manipulative and sexist? This is from the man's side. Let me act right. Let me act in accordance to what she values so I can maneuver my way up the Yoni River like a little salmon ready to drop off his load. Right? Has chivalry become manipulative and sexist? I'll put that down. You know you shouldn't be carrying that. I've got it. These are real questions. Who wants to answer them? Is chivalrous behavior? Because, you know, today, the millennium kids, chivalry might be misinterpreted as simping. You a trick. Why you being nice to that thought? That hoe over there. Chivalry might be seen as simping. And for black people, oh my God, does chivalry, does rescuing, protecting, standing up for women, is all of this simping? And is it only considered simping when it's a thought? When it's not a thought, this is all acceptable behavior. So are black people enforcing classist rules on their own people? Classism? This bitch is broke. I don't need to do any of this shit. Bitch, there's some roaches in your cereal. Get over here and get naked. Get on over. I'm just saying, we shouldn't seek to help or do what it is, what they say a man is supposed to do, and that's supposed to be protect, defend. Aren't we supposed to protect and defend women? Are thoughts excluded? Oh my God. Yo, it's about to get crazy. I got a homeboy in the studio. He be listening to this shit I be talking. And I'm just interested to know, because we're men. We've been socialized from the jump to do what? Say what she like, do what she like, so we can get a little taste. But nowadays, all that doing and acting, and they think that's weak now. Brandon? Come on, get his mic on, man.
Yo.
Let me get Brandon in here on camera. Brandon, tell me about the simping shit. What are the rules? What is considered simping and what is not? And when has simping gone too far? Or what is the gray area? There he is. What's the gray area on the simp side?
Damn, the gray area on the simp side.
I'm just saying, like, can you protect a woman, or is it cool to protect a woman, or are you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing it?
You can protect a woman. You can protect women, just not thoughts though.
Why not? Oh, this is big. How old are you, man? He's young.
I'm 33. But yeah, you can't protect thoughts. If you know she's a thought, you can't protect her.
You can't protect thoughts is what he said. Is this the game now?
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right. So, this is crazy. This is about to get deep. Thoughts are off limits for your protection. Ladies, call in right now and cuss him out. 323-230-4610. Somebody needs to a thorough cussing. Call in right now. 323-230-4610. Let me just say this. What is the male word for thought? Is there?
Well, from the East Coast, so they say man-John.
A man-John?
A man-John. Man-John.
The Manchurian candidate?
No, a man-John. A man-John. He's a man, but he's a John. John is like Philly slang for...
a girl, right?
Yeah, for girl, yeah.
That might be a different show. A man-John? Joanna man? This shit is out of control already. The fuck? A man-John. This is the anti-simp symposium. I need to understand. Mm-hmm. So, you can't save a thought.
No.
Why not?
Because she has whole tendencies.
This is tough for me. Because what about... All right, let me frame it another way. Mm-hmm. Malcolm X was Sonny Red.
Right. He was Detroit Red. Yeah.
Right? Detroit Red, right?
Yeah.
Somebody saved his ass while he was still a man-John, using new terminology.
They did, but there's some thoughts you can't save.
They could say the same thing about some man-Johns.
Some man-Johns, you can't save them either.
But some of them are savable? Some of them are redeemable?
It's a small percentage.
Okay, so what does that mean? Throw them all out?
No.
All right. So how do you ascertain which thoughts are savable and which are not?
You have to have a good vetting process.
Say more about your vetting process.
You just gotta watch their moves, past relationships. We in the age of social media, so you can watch the timeline, Twitter, IG, Facebook, all that stuff. You can see what they post, see what they wear, stuff like that.
Wait a minute. In today's movement, that's stalking.
Everybody does it.
That's cyber stalking, correct?
Everybody does it.
This nigga right here. We should have did a background check. We don't even know who we got in here. Anything could happen.
Everybody does a little lightweight stalking and whatnot. I know I find myself sometimes late night stalking. IG, Facebook, old exes, old lovers, stuff like that.
Okay, let me just say this, Brandon. Hold on real quick. Let me just do this right now. Right? Because this is going to matter later on. Just in case the authorities want to know who the fuck this guy is. Let me make sure I get a clear shot of him talking about stalking people. Okay, cool. Now that you're clearly on camera on the stalking side of the game.
It's just, Facebook, watching their page, their pictures, their latest pics, what they post, what they've been up to, who they've been dating, who they've been dating as of lately. Stuff like that. I know a lot of people do it. If they don't admit it, they're lying.
Okay, hold on. I need another opinion. Nick, turn your mic on. Shit.
What's up, Zoe?
Do you cyber stalk?
Shit. He just said if I say no, I'm lying. So yeah, hell yeah.
Do you agree with him in terms of thoughts do not need to be saved?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on this. I don't really care.
You're not supposed to
say. They don't need to be saved. That's why they're a thought.
Get off the mic, Nick. Oh, God. Okay, we have another person in the studio. I got to get there. They're young. I have to get their opinions. It's a young white woman. She's probably never been called a thought. Is it a thought or a thought?
Thought. T-H-O-T. Thought. That hole over there.
That hole over there. Thoughts. Save them or no?
No.
Really? Say more.
No, I don't know. I just don't think so.
You don't think?
No.
Why? This is good. Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. She works here, by the way. They didn't think they were going to get put on the air. That's what happened.
I
But go ahead.
wasn't ready.
It's too.
I'm ready.
Right. You blew it, Nick.
All right.
I don't really care. You blew it. So let me ask you then, because you guys are young and I need to know the opinion. What's the difference between simping and tricking? Brandon?
Tricking is when you go out and spend money with a woman thinking that you're going to get something in return. Like if I take her here, she going to give me something. If I take her to the park and buy pizza, X, Y, and Z, she going to give me some. If I take her to the Broadway play the shit she likes, she going to give me some.
But isn't that all relationships? Aren't you paying for pussy when you take your girlfriend to the movies?
It's like a down payment.
I mean, you gonna fuck.
Regardless,
you're gonna fuck. Oh, we're at the movies. Oh, this is nice scenery. Oh, that was a good movie. Let's go home. Fucking is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you pay for it anyway?
Yeah, you do.
So what is the thin line? I'm confused.
It's kind of like you pay it forward.
You pay it forward.
It's a great movie, by the way. Great movie.
Oh my God, this shit is crazy right now. I'm just really trying to understand because let me do it another way. We all saw the pictures of the young girl with the baby.
Yeah.
And I stood up for her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I want the mother of my children to do that with my kid? No. Sierra comes out a week later, same situation. I wouldn't want that. Me personally. You know, these are my kids too. Right? Mm-hmm. And I made a big stink about, I made the distinction. Mm-hmm. We hear sisters say, this is my kid more than we hear them say, this is our kid.
Right.
And if you're going to take a butt-ass Adam and Eve naked picture together, I mean, Sierra's naked picture is on the blended family side of the game. That's just, somebody got to ask for permission, in my opinion. Somebody got to ask for permission. If the father is not involved, you understand? Mm-hmm. You got to say, hey, Pops, I know shit ain't cool with us, but, you know, you parenting from over there, I'm parenting from over here, but I got an idea about a butt-ass naked picture with my new dude and our son together. First thing I'm going to be like is, naked? Is he naked? Is the baby naked? Is everybody naked? Naked, not naked. Naked. Right? I got to know. And then I'm going to say, if everybody naked in the picture, how you plan on explaining the picture to the dude when he gets older? You can't say this is art with your stepdad standing behind me butt-ass naked, hiding, holding.
Eating ass.
What are we doing? Right? So how do we, you know how boys are, because at some point we're going to be staring at that picture looking at mama like, my dick was on my mama's sternum. In this picture. I'm just saying, it was right there. Sternum up. How do you explain that? So somebody was, you know, that's what men should do. We talking about simping, right? We talking about doing over and beyond the call of duty to say I'm down with this woman, so I can get whatever payment from that. What is the payoff? Oh, great head.
Yoni box.
The yoni. She gonna cook.
Rub your feet. I don't know.
I don't know, but my point is, I'm just trying to understand serving versus simping. Let me explain. To me, simping, like you said, is putting a down payment. I'm doing this shit as an investment. Whatever the fuck I'm doing, I want the boomerang effect to happen. I want this payoff. I'm going to say serving is a little different. Right? Mm-hmm. Because most healthy relationships, two people got to serve each other.
Right.
Right? They have to serve each other. But that doesn't mean you sitting in the bed with a bell. Ring, ding, ding, ding. Ring, ding, ding, bitch. Where this soup at? No, it ain't that.
No.
But service is part of the relationship. This is why y'all wrong. All you young fucks. I'm glad I got an old man in here with me right now. All you young fucks are wrong. Because you gotta serve humanity.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I was saying to the sister, or I was saying to Corey, reach out to her. Give her a shot. And then motherfuckers, Zoe's simping. Zoe's a simp. No. Listen, watch this curveball. Do you know how fucked up our community has to be when empathy is seen as simping? Just let that marinate for a second. Yeah. When empathy, oh, she ignorant. She stupid. She that hoe over there, and she ain't worth it. That's what Brandon just told me, ladies and gentlemen. Did Brandon just tell us that? Nick, did Brandon just tell us? No, she don't even get to talk no more. She's scared, and she said, fuck that hoe. That's what she said.
I believe he did say that. I don't know if he said it verbatim, but something along the lines of, yeah, that.
So let me clarify about the thought. So the thought, right? You can't save a thought that's been around the block that fucked the football team and frat
she got
brothers.
AIDS.
First off, what are you? A dickometer? You're counting how many dicks she's had?
No.
What's going on?
No, not at all.
This nigga's a dickometer.
But
your dickometer is rising. You're in trouble. I won't be able to help you soon.
But
what the fuck?
But the streets talk, and word gets around. And if you hear such and such did such and such, if you hear that the theme of the story.
So y'all niggas is gossiping now?
No, niggas not gossiping. Is what it is.
This gossip.
Gossip.
You looking
talking,
bad right now.
No, gossip and
somebody
talking.
Call in and save him. This motherfucker's in trouble.
Gossip, talking. It is what it is. Fellas, dudes talk. Dudes gossip and stuff like that. Dudes gossip about chicks that been around the block. I know a few that been around the block. I know a few that have been saved that are married now.
Huh.
I know personally for me, I couldn't do that. I couldn't save a thought.
Why?
No.
What are you, a Christian?
Never.
You was never a Christian?
Once.
Okay, so you're a Christian.
No.
Were you saved?
Never.
Well, you can't claim Christian if you weren't saved.
Okay. No, I wasn't saved.
This nigga's lying. I could tell he was baptized. This motherfucker is lying right now.
Nah, I wasn't.
You got dunked, nigga.
Nah. I didn't get dunked. I didn't get dunked.
So watch this. I gotta do it, man. Fuck. This shit is crazy, but I gotta do it. Watch this. For all the Christians out there, I'm not a Christian, but I know the book well. One of Jesus's homies was a hoe. Go to the book of Luke. One of Jesus's homies, one of his closest homies, Mary Magdalene, straight up hoe. You go to the book of Luke and you read, Jesus was at a party, right? With a Sanhedrin. They was at a party. Mm-hmm. She heard Jesus was coming to town. She made sure her ass was there. Nigga, Bible stories on the Voice of Reason. Let's go. She heard Jesus and his crew was rolling through. She was like, whoop, I'm finna get over there with Jesus. Because she was burdened by being a hoe. She knew she was a hoe. The city knew she was a hoe. Everybody knew she was a hoe. And a good hoe at that. Hold it, the Boko Shop. So she winds up at the same dinner party with Jesus. Guess what happens? Let's get it right. Let's make this happen. I want people to see me when I tell this story. She winds up at the same dinner party with Jesus. The Sanhedrin is thinking to himself when he sees Jesus' entourage, he's thinking, this ain't the Son of God. This nigga's rolling with hoes. This nigga got the biggest hoe in the city with him. My God, this ain't the Son of God. What kind of... This nigga's a fucking magician. He's a charlatan. That's what's going on in his mind. I don't believe any of this shit, by the way. But this is a great story. Nigger Bible stories with Zoe. So, Jesus reads the dude's mind. And basically is clowning him like, she better than you, though. The girl is back there crying, tears. She's using her tears and mixing it with oil and washing Jesus' feet. Jesus is like, you didn't do that. If I'm special, if I'm this dude, you didn't do none of this shit that she did. And here's the bomb Jesus drops. Please understand, all of this stuff is allegory. But there's still bombs. There's still wisdom in the information. Jesus told the dude, he who forgives little loves little. Come on, man.
Jewel.
That's a jewel. That is a jewel for anybody who is in search of wisdom in any walk of life. He who forgives little loves little. So you telling me there's gossip amongst niggas that labels girls as thoughts? That bitch is unsavable now. But if Mary Magdalene could have been saved, metaphorically speaking, can't we reach out to somebody that we have labeled a thought and get them to turn around? And when I say get them to turn around, I don't mean we change them. I mean, we give them the tools to change themselves. Somebody gave Malcolm
the jewels,
the tools to change him. What if somebody was like, fuck this degenerate forever? Them niggas don't change. Malcolm changed himself, right?
Yeah.
But somebody gave him the tools to do so, right?
Showed him the light.
What if we prejudged Malcolm right off top and kept it that way? Do we have our shining prince who is Malcolm X?
No.
All right then. So now, Simp'n, because some niggas will call, that's simping when you go try to help this hoe. Simping turns into service. Now watch this. In the Hindu belief system, they have a practice in Hinduism, part of their religion. The Sanskrit word is seva. S-E-V-A, seva. It means selfless service. Right? Selfless service. I'm here to serve you. Intimate relationships work when partners serve each other in that capacity, correct?
Correct.
But most intimate relationships today, they're like relationship banks. Each person is his own intimate bank. And everything I'm doing for you is an investment that has to pay me back. So they took the selfless out of the service. I'm serving your ass so I can get something back. To me, isn't that your definition of simp?
Yeah.
Eddie, get in here, man. Grab a mic, Eddie. Grab a mic, because niggas is in trouble. They young. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
Hi, Mom.
And let's make sure the chairs are fine. They have hydraulics. We should be good.
What's up?
So, pull that mic over so you can speak directly into the microphone, bruh. I'm talking about Captain Save 'em versus Captain Raise 'em. Somebody served or simped Malcolm X. Somebody had to serve that brother to get him from Sonny Red to Malcolm. I'm asking you, when first off, what is your definition of a simp? And then, as a married man, being married for so long, I know you know what service is in your relationship. Speak on it.
It's a long conversation.
You about to start crying. Don't start crying.
I get touchy. Damn it. Why are you trying to? I don't do those things. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's a long conversation in terms of simping. That's some you don't really think about it. Dudes don't really think about that shit because all they look at is past. I gotta take these up because
you don't like the way you sound?
No.
You sound like Todd Bridges? Okay, cool.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Damn you. No, it's the simping. The simping part of it is just a misinformed perspective. I got buddies that talk about low-hanging fruit. And those are the ones that they talk about thoughts. Like thought. She's a thought. She's easy. I could get that. That's nothing. But there's a lot of women out there that have had such fucked up lives. It's like you think about it, there's a lot of women out there. We don't think about this, but I think it's like a 60% or greater of women have been molested or touched inappropriately. You're talking from a young age where they have no reference. Not only do they not have reference, but they come from homes where their parents aren't right. Their mama's not right. So she can't teach them what it is that she needs to know.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
So from me, or for me personally, when you talk about thought, you can't save a thought. You can save anybody. Anybody, everyone has value. And like Zoe said, the tools are there. They just don't know how to use them. They may not have the access to the tools. And then when they meet somebody like you that says, listen, I know the streets are talking, but you good people. I feel it in you. There's something in you. You good people. So I'm going to give you this. And you spend time with them and you talk to them. And you don't want to be judgmental or preachy. But most times when you spend time with someone and they feel and see that you care about them for more than just what's between their legs.
Wow.
It changes the game for them. Most times they just use for what, people expect for them. She's a thotty.
Wow.
She's low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit.
It's Thursday. And I need to get this neck piece real quick. So I'm gonna go find Cheryl because I know blah blah blah. That's typical. But if you give these girls more, they put out more. They just have to learn how to do it.
Wow.
Now, that's just my opinion.
This is big. No, stay there. Stay there. Would you then say niggas like Brandon are predators who go after the low-hanging fruit? Let me say why. If you're a thought, the implication is you're easy, you're broken, you're beyond saving, but you do got pussy. Brandon, how many thoughts have you taken down?
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
The thought hunter.
Thought counter, go.
Back in my young Thundercat days.
Now he gonna try to make it seem like he's not still young out here Thundercatting.
Back in my young Thundercat days, I used to take advantage of.
You used to.
Young thoughts.
You're not gonna tell the truth today?
Not anymore.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out if you're gonna be telling the truth.
No, I'm telling the truth. Back in my young Thundercat days, I used to take advantage of it.
You're still
easy.
there though. You're still young.
Yeah,
Thunder.
I am.
Okay, cool. What was this, like 6 or 7 you're talking about? The fuck, man? Tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
Jesus.
Jesus. But yeah, it was like 17 through like 25. I was taking advantage of young thoughts. Getting what I wanted from them.
That how many? Just you didn't answer the question.
He said how many?
How many? Yeah.
Shit.
25.
18 through 25, I would say around like 30, 35.
30 thoughts. Wow. 30 tempting thoughts.
Listen, a lot of this shit comes from the pimping and hoeing shit. Right? My homeboy wrote a book, Pimp and Ken. Pimpology. The 48 Laws of Game. And he broke it down. there is a Willie Lynch kind of syndrome for pimping, which is really, really predatory based. Because in Ken's book, he'll break it down. You know, turn a hoe ends into dividends. Law 19. Right? Give motivation and inspiration. Law 16. This is taking advantage. Remember, do you understand? Mm-hmm. And then one of the rules is real clear about hoes. Hoes are hoes because they want to be. So in hoes wanting to be hoes, they're beyond saving. When I say saving, what I'm really saying is raising. Ask yourself about a man's integrity, about a man's morality, about the character of a man who determines that a woman is at a place where she is beyond raising. Would they give up on a daughter of their own that was in the same place?
No.
Niggas is quiet than church mouses in this motherfucker right now. I'm just trying to understand. I don't know.
Let me say this. You talked about Brandon's his pursuit of the thought.
Right.
You don't really have to pursue thoughts. It's like they say, you can't rape the willing.
Right.
Thoughts are out there to be thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's easy money. I mean, if you're looking out there, you don't want to commit, you ain't trying to do nothing, you're just trying to run the streets, it's nothing. It's easy.
Right.
But when it comes time for you to settle in, and let's just say you meet somebody that may have a questionable past, but you like her. Mm-hmm. You like what she puts out.
What she puts out.
You see in
what
the sense of what
about?
she puts out is in her energy, not so much physically, because again, you beyond just treating her like a piece. You know, she becomes more of an asset to you. You see somebody that speaks the way that you like, they like the way you like for them to speak. You see they kind of got a little stride with them, but at the same time, you know, yeah, she's been around, she's done her thing.
Right.
But the older I got, the more I got to realize everybody's got a past. And I'm not big on treating a woman poorly because she's fucked a lot of dudes. Not a lot.
I mean, it speaks to a certain level of immaturity
It
for
does.
men who are dick counting.
It does. That's
How
just,
many dicks have you had? How big have them dicks been? Your pussy is a baby apartment.
I'm just saying.
a skeet hotel.
I'm just asking a question now. You know you don't feel the same about your daughter, even if she was a thought, you would try to protect her because that's in your nature. So women that are not related to us are not to be protected? Now let me just say this. I'm not the motherfucking female advocate on shit. I'm just learning. It was my daughter, the birth of my daughter 17 years ago, that made me begin to shift slightly. And I'm slightly. I still got a long way to go. And now that my daughter is 17, she can articulate her disdain for certain ideas I have. Wow. Like, hey, Dad, what you just said is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? She's not cursing, but she's pulling the coattail like, whoa, nah, my nigga, nah. And just nah. I don't have to explain. And just nah. So I'm just saying, like, I tend to lean towards the optimistic side. Yeah, nobody can change. Nobody can grow unless they're willing. But listen, watch this. Just like in a relationship, I'm not saying it's our responsibility to change every thought into it. You can't, what's the old pimp shit? You can't change it.
Into a housewife.
All right. But that applies, you can't change a stubborn ass man that's sitting over here. You can't change him. He got to want to change himself. You can't change an alcoholic. He got to acknowledge that he's an alcoholic. They got a problem. You can't change anybody. So that's not just a whole pimp axiom. That's a life axiom. No one can be changed unless they're internally willing. A, acknowledge that there's an issue, and B, be willing to do something about it. Nobody changes unless they get to that point. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife is the same as saying you can lead a horse to water.
Can't force him to drink it.
So guess what that makes everybody that you come in contact with? Guess what that makes everybody?
Simp.
A sign. When you get to the stop sign,
Stop.
the stop sign ain't forcing you to stop. It's a sign. You could be a dickhead and go through the sign. You can ignore the fucking sign if you want to, but there's gonna be repercussions and consequences for doing so, right?
Yeah. Get into accident.
So every person that comes into your life is a sign. They're an indicator. Just like in your car. You can ignore that little check oil light if you want. I'll just go another 1,000 miles. Okay. All right, cool. Right? So guess what? You meet a thought. You don't know what made her a thought. Like you said, It could have been daddy leaving. It could have been uncle sneaking a little touch. You don't know what made this person a thought. You don't know what made this person what they are. But because you don't know, your ignorance now places a label on this person.
But at the same time,
I like it. Let's go.
But at the same time, there are some, like you say, some but not all. There are some women that just like to do thottish behavior. They just like to fuck around.
Right.
That's what they do. They just like to fuck around.
So women that like to fuck around in much those same ways
men do. The double standard.
Right. You're gonna praise your son for fucking around, aren't you?
Yeah.
You be like, my
nigga. Killing it.
Here's a terrible story. I'm gonna share it. Fuck it.
Story time with
Story time with Zoe.
Here we go. I'm at Auburn and I'm visiting my kid. I'm at practice. I'm on campus. I'm in the mess hall, the wellness kitchen. I'm everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I'm everywhere, my nigga. So this was the most awkward moment ever. Now we back at the dorm. I think it was like 8 girls came to my son's dorm. And he was playing some video game, and I was in their little living room. Their dorms over there are ridiculous, by the way. Motherfuckers live like niggas live like they're already in the league. It's really nice. So the door, these motherfuckers at the door. I'm an old man. I'm not really old, but I'm older than all you fuckers. You're all annoyances right now. So I just get up and open the door. And it's like 8 girls. Is New here? Yeah, this nigga's over there. Just his room. New's mad at me because he's like, man, you let all these bitches in here. I'm trying to play this video game. I got this other girl on the whoop whoop. Oh, shit. Okay. So he yelling, get out of my room. And they get out. They leave. About 20 minutes later, my son, yo, dad, what's up, man? You want to bust a mission? What? Bust a mission? Yeah, that one girl that heard you talking in the quad, whoop, whoop, whoop. She want to come up here and fuck with you. I was like, you mean the one with the fat ass?
Oh, shit.
She's like, yeah, that one. It was awkward. I'm talking to my son. I'm like, I'm on a college campus, for Christ's sake. I'm an old man. What are you? Okay. I said, man, nah. Just tell her to go on about her business, dog. I'm a grown-ass man with grown-ass problems. I can't be in some dorm fucking some college kid. I done that before, actually. About 10 years ago. One of the worst decisions of my life. Anyway, but yeah, I did that before. No, this was one of the great loves of my life. I did that before. She was young. Gosh. I felt like one of the basketball coaches sneaking in to fuck one of the basketball player girls. Like, how was practice? Now it's time for the real game, baby. I felt dirty. So I didn't want to relive that. You know? But in hindsight, I thought, what would her dad think? It took me to like grow up to really figure this shit out. Like, what would Now, 10 years ago, I didn't think anything like that. I was like, I was on it. But I'm just saying, like, now that the thought concept, my daughter, her face pops up when I'm in those kind of positions, man. This shit is crazy. I need to know what a thought is. It ain't just a hoe. It got to be something else.
That's the definition of today's thought. Yeah,
They used to back in New York. They used to have skeezers.
Chicken heads,
birds.
Yeah.
There we go.
Scallywags. You know, the whole gamut.
And they can't be changed.
They're the same thing.
Yeah,
it's evolution of the same thing. They will be the same what they'll be, but that's just dudes talking, and it doesn't devalue. I really don't think that it devalues what a person has. It's just what people see or what people think they see.
Mm-hmm.
They see a group of girls with tight coats and little pocketbooks. It's like, look at them birds over there. Come on, let's go in, whatever. You know they ain't got no money and they ain't got nowhere to go. So let's go do this, go knock this down.
Wow.
It's hard out there in the streets for young dudes nowadays, because I know when I was doing it, it was identifiable. You could look at something in the street and be like, yo, this is nothing.
This is nothing.
But again, eventually, the change has to come in at some point, like it happened for you.
Right.
When you get to, sometimes it happens earlier for some people. But what I was thinking, or what I was going to say was, before, it seems that with simping, I think I heard you say this earlier, with simping, if you care, or if you give a fuck, you're a simp.
You're a simp.
If you see somebody that you call a thought and you give a fuck about them, you're a chump. You're a mark. You just somebody that's going to get took. The service part, for me, the service part is when you look at somebody, again, you want to change. You're not necessarily looking to create a person. You're just looking to show people value, show people their value.
Change their direction.
You can, all you got to do is bring somebody somewhere, show them something. That's all you got to do. Because if they're left to their own devices, and again, their devices don't have much mechanism to them, leave them to their own devices, they'll never change. In fact, they'll probably get worse. But if you inject other things to people, show people things they've never seen before, you could change that.
But that's what I'm saying. Life. Being inspirational, being motivational, being instructive. Watch this. Being somebody in their life that doesn't want something from them. Most thoughts are ready to give it up and do whatever they got to do because there's a payoff connected to it. But they know, in order for me to get mine, I got to give them theirs. So they're down for that game.
But that's what they're used to.
That's what I'm saying. How many times have you come in contact with a girl that was broken in some kind of way and you just chilled and you didn't want nothing, and the way they responded to that, it was almost like, shit, I don't even know how to deal with this.
As I've gotten,
this is the part I get the knees crusty. I'm sorry.
As I've gotten mature, I've had situations like that. I've chilled with a girl.
Nigga, you a thought.
No, go ahead. You're a John? Manjana.
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 Shawana man.
Mangina.
I've chilled with females that had checkered passes.
Passes?
Checkered pass. Checkered
This is that New York education.
Easy.
Checkered passes?
Checkered pass. A checkered, my fault. A checkered pass, and I've chilled with them, and nothing came about. We just chilled, watched TV, talked, had conversation, played games, and they were after the night was over. They were shocked. Like, oh shoot, he didn't ask me for anything. He didn't ask me to take my pants off or give fellatio or anything like that.
First off,
I've never asked for fellatio.
First off, hold on, pimp. Let's just make sure that people know who the fuck they are dealing with on this show right now.
Come on, give them a passes.
What?
Damn.
What is the name of your motherfucking Twitter handle?
BEasy0920.
No. What's your other name?
Oh, Marcus Graham.
Who the fuck is Marcus Graham?
Oh.
Marcus.
Marcus Graham is Eddie Murphy's character from Boomerang.
That's who this nigga is.
Just because somebody took their drawers off to me not this. Oh.
You already know you were making an investment. If hoeing, tricking, prostituting, simping, all that shit, you know, all that shit goes under one category to me. And you know what that is? Relationship investors, relationship brokers. You niggas is playing relationship like the stock market. Everything is about your odds, the odds of you getting the outcome you want. And you can label a motherfucker whatever the fuck you want, but at the end of the day, when you see how people interface and interact with each other, it's about exchange. Am I lying?
Not at all.
No.
So, where's the demarcation point between the simp and the server? Yo ass was making an investment when it was just chill time. You were making an investment for later. I know you. You like that dog that buried that bone in the backyard that you can come back and check on in a little bit. That's what you was doing. Tell the truth, man. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Don't make me ask Jesus to bring back Eddie Long for you.
Oh, Jesus, no.
He won't be here long. I can't stay long, but
Were you making an investment or no?
Yeah, like I said.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
so it had a lot less to do with nothing happened. It's just the fact that nothing happened. It would have been more if it would have
Because if something happened,
if it would have jumped off. If she'd have said, "Let me give you fellatio," since you didn't ask, it would have jumped off.
It would have jumped off. Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't that you held back and didn't do anything because you was trying to be the bigger dude. It just happened. You know, it worked the way it worked.
There were situations like that, and there were situations that I've chilled and didn't do anything.
That little voice in your head was going, "Don't blow it. Don't force her. Just relax.
I spent many a day.
It's not going to happen tonight."
In my youth with a girl that might have been a bird. Didn't ask for nothing. Got it. I didn't ask for nothing. Just got it. And then there's been days where I had to ask. So it's kind of like,
wait a minute, you had to ask for what?
For what's good? You know why are you here? You know why you just sitting around? We watching TV. I got nothing else.
What's good?
No more food for you.
We cut school.
But no, whatever. You know why you here? My mom's gonna be home in an hour.
Caller on the line. Caller, we need to hear your opinion right now. Caller, welcome to the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where you calling from?
Anybody there?
Hello? Oh, just hang up. Jesus. It's fine.
She's washing dishes.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine because I was going to take a break anyway. But somebody just called this show on Twitter the ASDAQ show, a.k.a. the Coochie Stock Option show. That's the ASDAQ.
The numbers go up and the numbers go down.
Oh, God.
Get them low-hanging fruit, them numbers drop.
Hey, but seriously, I have to ask these questions because, listen, I get confused. I don't keep up with all the slang and this is a thought and, you know, and I've always been this type of person. I'm empathetic to people that are fucked up. And I'm not empathetic for what I can get out of it. You got some people who go feed the homeless because there's some kind of payoff in feeding the homeless. You know, they get a lift. You know, sometimes you got to go see somebody doing worse than you so you can put your shit in perspective. So you got some people who are addicted to the feeling of saying, okay, whatever my bottom floor is nothing in comparison to their bottom floor. So that's kind of a payoff. For me, I never had a payoff in trying to help people. Right? I never like, oh, I can't wait till I feel different after helping somebody. I'm not like that. If I see somebody and I see the opportunity to try to help, that does not default make a dude a simp. Because we need those kind of people in our community. Now, as I said in the beginning of the show, when the African American community can look at itself objectively and then ask themselves the question, has empathy left our community? That's a heavy, has the ability to empathize. If you're empathetic, are you a simp?
To a certain degree, yeah.
Wow. Get to your phone lines, 323-230-4610. We're about to take a quick break. When we come back, the Aztec show will return. Holla. Damn it. Man, welcome back to the Voice of Reason. Today's topic, man, is crazy. I want to be clear about something. We got a caller on the line. We got a couple callers, by the way. But I want to be clear about something. What we're calling a simp has a technical term. The technical term is white knight. It's a syndrome. The white knight syndrome. And let me just say this. People who are white knights, who, this is what I was talking about, having the payoff, right? There's a payoff. I'm not really helping you because we got more callers. They're starting to roll in. Oh, baby. Right? I'm not really helping you because I want to help you. I'm really helping you because helping you helps me. Helping you pays me off in some kind of way. I get a payoff. That's a white knighter. Somebody who's simping like that, that's a simp to me. It's a sickness. It's a mental disorder that people do. An enabler is a simp. And so I want people to be clear. Empathetic people who are just trying to help somebody, who are just trying to be of service to someone, that's not a white knight, and thus that's not a simp. Let's get to our caller right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello? 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 Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? All of these lines are bugging right now. Caller, you're on the line and where you calling from? Okay. Caller, you're on the line and where you calling from? Caller? Yeah, these phone lines are bugging. We got another one? Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
There you go.
And they're bugging. So let me go back to the white knight syndrome.
What's our phones, man?
Oh, there you go. What up, pimp? What's your name and where you calling from?
I don't hear nothing but static.
But I hear you. Oh, God. We got the Boost Mobile. It's cool. It's cool. He's like, what's up with the phone, man? I can't hear y'all, but you hear you. Damn it! Let's try it again. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, they can't hear us.
Can you hear us?
The phone lines are cracking, but they're not cracking.
Hello.
All right. We'll try again later. Let me do this.
White knight.
White knight syndrome.
rescuing yourself from rescuing relationships. Do you find that you are addicted to the broken wing person? Attracted to them? Oh, I can fix them.
Project bitch.
Some project women. I asked the question earlier. Women who love projects. Can women be simps? Right? And again, we're talking about a serious syndrome. This is what Captain Save-A-Ho really is. This is a person who is seeking to save somebody. First off, they're looking for broken people, right? So that they then can swoop in and be their everything and save them. And watch this, up to a point. Because once they get to a certain point of saving, they don't need your help no more. And then they become unattractive to the person who did the saving. So now you got to get ghost. Or I'm going to sabotage you to knock you down a few pegs so you can remain dependent on me. If you want to talk about real simping, that is simping. Now, in a hood terminology, a simp is a dude who does anything to get pussy. Am I oversimplifying it? Simp, simple. Am I? Come on, Chris, help me with it.
I don't really know.
I'll look up the Urban Dictionary right now.
A simp is a dude that don't mind being a goofball for a chick in the sense of spending money, like tricking. They say they tricking if it ain't tricking if you got it. So they feel like.
Oh, so now we're getting close.
Yeah, that's
so,
in my opinion.
Wait.
They feel like a simp is just a sucker dude that's gonna do anything. Pretty much, the definition you gave was pretty accurate. But
wait a minute, we can refine this definition now.
Do it.
Based off of what you just told me, we can refine.
Go.
A simp is a nigga who does shit like tricking money off on a girl for a girl that isn't worthy. For a girl that's not gonna be, for a girl that isn't quote unquote the one. For a girl that, do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's just, you know how niggas talk? Can we be honest here today? Do we look at them as throwaways? This is just fucking. This ain't really nothing. This is a throwaway fuck. Whenever I need a fuck, I gotta fuck with her.
Guaranteed.
And so, if you treating her like she the queen of the castle, does that make you a simp? Within the hood terminology.
You mean if she a jump off and you treating her like a queen?
Right.
If she's a jump off and you treating her like a queen, more than likely you treat all jump offs like that. So it's not specific to her. And that makes you a simp. Because you out there, you just putting it out there. Anybody, the door is open. You will need something, I got it. Come on through. All we got to do is spend a little time together. A lot of times that's it. Simping ain't easy.
Simping ain't easy.
This shit seems very hard, but there's some cats out there that do that shit on a regular basis.
Let's see what the Urban Dictionary has to say about simping. This is the Anti-Simp Symposium. On the Voice of Reason tonight, we had to kick all the women out so we could have a real talk about this.
Fuck it.
A man that puts himself in a subsequent / submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, get to your phone line right now, 323-230-4610, 323-230-4610. I gotta tweet this out. Is this what a simp is?
Break it down again.
A man that puts himself in a subservient / submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. Somebody give us a perfect example of who or what that would be. Say the girl is super bad, but super dumb. Super bad, super dumb.
Oh, can I interject?
Yes.
So back in my Young Thundercat days, it was
like 2 weeks ago.
No.
Okay. Cool.
No.
No.
It was this bad girl. She was shit. She 36, 27, 42.
Measure. Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Wow.
Pockets was full.
Jesus.
But she was, oh my God, she was dumb as shit. But I simped. I took her out to eat, took her to the movies, brought her a few things and stuff, just to get that yoni box.
But wait, is it
So you were
simping?
simping?
Is it,
Yeah.
Is it simping? if she don't-
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I was simping.
Is it simping if she doesn't know? If she
You
don't
think-
know, that's
wait
what
a
she
minute.
Because he said she was dumb.
Wait a minute.
Now, there's lots of chicks out there that are,
But
not
even
lots,
dumb
but there's
girls-
some chicks out there that's dumb. So if they used, so you're saying if they used to getting whatever they want and they have no reference to anything else, they just know if I show my ass, I'm gonna get something.
Right.
That makes you a simp because you put in. You sure?
Oh, watch this definition too.
I'm not
That's
sure.
good. That's good.
Right, because you got something that you're trying to do. So I'm not simping. I'm coming up. And believe me, I'm only coming up, but so far. We always, when we go out, we come out our pockets anyway.
That's
So I don't know if that's simping. I think if you always break in your pockets, you a sucker.
Wait a minute.
That makes you.
But see, there's the other definition. What you just covered it. A man that puts too much value on a female for no reason.
Simp, sucker. That's the word we used back in Harlem. Sucker. Dude is a sucker. He's a clown.
Let's get into the reasons. I see. This nigga's back on 125th Street, right?
127th Street, 5th Avenue, baby. Harlem in the building.
I like it.
Yes.
A man that puts too much value on a woman for no reason. Would Farrakhan say that that's a simp?
See, that's a context question.
Damn.
That's not very fair. That's not a fair question.
I'm asking real shit though.
Of course, he would not think because he would think he's thinking in the constructive development sense of things. He wants the man and
Based
the
off
woman,
of the street definition, the constructive development aspect of things is simping.
but you wouldn't use. He's not using that definition, so that's not where he. That's not his angle. What happened?
What I'm saying is, did not the Nation of Islam take the dejected, the downtrodden, the broken, and clean them up?
Yes.
He did it
That
three
was-
Did
that was the
Elijah Muhammad not go to the destitute and clean them up?
That was the plan.
Was Elijah Muhammad simping?
No.
No.
But on the outside, I will say that. On the outside, what was he going for? What
Was he
his
simping?
No, because he had a different intention. He wasn't trying to get something out of it. He was trying to help them gain something for themselves.
So if that is actually happening, y'all niggas is playing right now. If we turn our attention to those who are downtrodden within our communities, brothers and sisters, and try to raise them up, are we simps?
No.
Only if we trying to get pussy though. Yes.
Yes.
Say that. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Only people trying to get
I
pussy.
need you to explain it. Go deeper. I mean, pause.
Straight New Yorker in that one.
There's no women in here now.
There's no deeper here.
Pause.
But if
Go surface, my nigga.
Let's pause too. Money shot. Pause.
no West Coast Productions.
Oh, really? So we got to play J. Rue the Damager right now. Is that what we got to do? If we go East Coast, West Coast it right now? You do know we won that.
Can we move on?
I beg to differ.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not even going to beg to differ. I'm just gonna say, Can we move on?
Can we move on?
Excellent.
But dudes simp when they're trying to get something out of the deal. Either trying to get pussy or head or foot rub, back rub or tug job, whatever. they they basically that's simping when they're trying to get sex or something out of the deal to benefit them.
Right. Simping is manipulation.
Yeah. Mutual gain manipulation.
So simping isn't that much different from pimping.
But what if you simping? What if you don't know you simping?
Is simping like diet pimping?
Yeah, without the.
I just had to frame it.
That's what the pimps would call it. Because you ain't holding up your side of the bargain. You letting her pretty much dictate what's going down. A pimp dictates what's going down.
Oh, I like it.
If you're allowing her because you feel that if I'm nice enough, maybe she'll give me what you call it, a tug job.
Mm-hmm.
A tug.
I love it.
Maybe she'll give me the old tugboat.
How about you give me a little pull and wrap?
The old reach around.
That's what happens. So a pimp would never like allow themselves to have that happen. A simp will always allow it to happen because he wants to be looked at as somewhere where they know if they come to him, they're gonna get bread. They know that.
Right.
And they know all they got to do, being there's a lot of damaged women out there, not just women, let me say that, but there's a lot of damaged women out there that will put themselves out, put out a little piece of that thing to get some bread. They ain't got to be
Somebody said,
prostitutes.
you're right. They didn't know that they were simping. Somebody was
Thank
out
you.
there simping.
All right, good job.
But no, but this is good shit. And that's why I'm asking the questions in the manner in which I'm doing it. Because there's a lot of brothers and sisters out there who are listening and paying attention and hopefully picking something up. What's the difference between chivalry and simping?
I'll say. This is my court. I like this.
Shit. Normally you're in the background just
smiling.
Fucking oogling.
But now I get to talk. Watch out. Stop it now. Let's move forward.
Stop it now.
So this is what, in my opinion, I was raised to be respectful to everybody until they showed me a reason not to be. That's how my mom raised me.
Right.
So holding a door,
right,
picking up something, reaching, I'm tall, I can reach up for stuff that maybe a lady couldn't reach up for, whatever. That's nothing. It's
right.
that. I think today, you had mentioned it earlier, today's psychology or today's thinking leaves people to believe that if you do anything nice for nothing,
you're a
sucker.
simp. Right. You're a sucker, you're a simp.
Right, you're a simp. So chivalry. I get personally I get a good feeling by doing stuff like that. Because when I do it, remember when I was a kid coming up and girls would say, you're so different than most guys I date. Most guys don't usually hold a door. Most guys don't usually walk on the outside while I'm on the inside. And most people don't even know what the hell that means.
No.
You know? You would see things. What's wrong with this picture? So
That's what Steve Harvey was teaching. You know?
Simple things.
You walk on this side because if a car comes
jumps,
by,
car jumps
There you
the
go.
curb, they
But
get you, not her.
You gotta explain that shit to people. But
you lay
some
your
people-
jacket down so
it's
she
a
can
puddle.
walk up.
Some people's ego will not allow them to do something, especially in front of their boys. Will not allow them to do something that's gonna make them look like a sucker. Because the first thing your boys is gonna do is bust your shit.
Clown.
I saw you with, you a sucker. You was carrying her purse. You held the door for her. You a sucker. You a clown.
So a lot of niggas do shit out of reaction to the perception and the judgment they receive from their crew.
Young people, yeah, that's what we got.
That's to me, that's bitchery. I've always been, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, regardless of what you niggas think about it.
But see, a lot of people, not just, I'm the same way. I did whatever I wanted to do. I laughed it off with them, but a lot of people grow up under those pressures. Wow. If you see somebody that's doing something that you feel is soft, you're gonna bust on them.
Clowning.
Whether it's soft or not.
Right.
Yeah, clowning. No,
right.
Pause.
Right.
No homo. You're gonna clown them.
Right.
And
you
make them
already
feel
said what you said.
Don't
try to change it.
No homo.
You're very disrespectful on my show,
Did
pimp.
you say on the surface of things?
I said keep it on the surface.
We're gonna move on right now. So what had happened was, if you can resist just the pressures of what your peoples think about how you treat a woman. I have 2 stepdaughters, right? Currently, one is 30 and the other one is 27.
Uh-huh.
When they were kids, I would tell them, listen, I want you to listen to me when I tell you this story. I would tell them about how to behave or how to see men for what they were. I would tell them, you need to look at me and see that when I was a kid, I was terrible. I treated women in all sorts of bad ways. I talked to them all sorts of bad ways. I want you to be prepared for that. Because when you get older and you see a sucker in front of you, you'll know him when you see him. You'll know how to identify and you'll know how to deal with those problems.
I've got 2 terrible questions that I got to ask.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Terrible.
Should all men
Some, not all.
be taught to respect all women?
Yeah. And I'll say why I say that.
You telling me all women are deserving of respect?
Everybody is deserving of respect until you show the fact that you can't be respected.
Oh, so you're a
can't
respect
off the bat.
bank.
No,
You-
that's
what you do
that's
is
I'm not loaning you
You
respect.
give them the respect until they fuck up.
Well, isn't that well, this is what it is.
I don't give them a shit. You
If
got to show
give
me.
well, see, I can't.
Then I give it.
If I meet you and you tell me I got a plane,
Right.
I'm gonna believe you because you ain't got no reason to lie to me.
Right.
So with that said, I'm gonna respect the person that you present to me until I find out that you a piece of shit. So it's not fair to do anything.
So
other than
whatever they present to you is in escrow.
Well, you have to have something. Is that wrong? Is that bad?
I know. I'm with
Because
you.
I'm saying you have to vet people. And the more you get to know people, the more you get to see who they are. They show you these.
So we learning right now, relationship escrow.
You must learn.
Before you get the respect, all your claims have to go through relationship escrow. And then once it is proven that you're that, then the respect is given. Or
Until proven
wait,
otherwise.
and then the respect is earned. So right there, all women, because it's a trick question, it's a logical absurdity. That's why I wrote it that way. Right? All women, just like all men, are not deserving of respect.
Off the bat?
No. Off the bat, they are deserving of objectivity. I'm not going to label you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to be open to see what you show me, and then whatever you show me goes into relationship escrow.
Well, it almost feels like with that, there's still a certain level of respect there, but it's not like you respect someone that you hold in high esteem.
No. What is there is the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Objectivity. You got a lot of motherfuckers who jump right to conclusions on somebody and misread them right off top. Mm-hmm. Based off of their own assumptions and projections. No, I walk in objective. Let me see what you show. And then I'm going to keep a record of what you show mentally. And then if it's vetted out as true, I respect you. If you show me that it was a facade, I reject you. Now, you stupid. Shit, should all men respect all women, my nigga? Eddie up in here doing it. Hi. I have another question. Yeah. Was it male simping that led to the idea of happy wife, happy life?
Ah, shit.
I know he married, so I gotta ask fucked up questions.
I've been married. I've been married for 19 years. Happily married, I must say. Happy wife, happy life is something that rings close to me, and I always say, happy wife, happy life, happy husband. Who gives a fuck? Nobody seems to care about us. But nah, I don't feel that it's simping because marriage is
she listening?
Compromise.
Nigga?
No, she's not listening.
Okay,
she
cool.
did just call me, and I almost had to answer. Hello. No,
check yourself, my nigga.
Right. Hey, you know how I get down. It's like marriage is compromise.
Right.
To me, that's That's what marriage is. And I don't look at compromise and capitulation. People tend to put, and I was just talking to somebody about this. They put it in the same boat. I don't think
they're not in the same boat.
I don't think that that's fair.
Yeah.
Because when you compromise, you know that when you have a partner,
compromise is about sacrifice.
You're gonna need to sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean,
because she's gonna sacrifice. At least she's supposed to. And if you're the only one sacrificing and you giving it all out, you're a simp.
Right.
A married simp. So now you stuck with that trifling, but that's on you.
You're a married simp.
You're a married simp. So in my mind, happy wife, happy life. It's true. Being married is not easy. And if your wife is not happy, you will not be happy.
Is your wife unhappy because of you? Or is she unhappy because of herself and expects you to be the fountain of happiness for her? Stop fucking around, Eddie.
Saying, you've had quite a few divorced women in here.
Hey.
And you hear the stories that they tell about how happy they were, or in this case, were not, and all the dick they were sucking and all the stuff that they were doing, the food, the meals that they was cooking and all of this stuff, and they found that they weren't happy. They weren't happy because they weren't happy. I don't want to go too far into that, but I'm going to just say this. If a woman is not happy, whether it's she's not getting the support she needs, she's not getting the financial support she needs, she's not getting booked, right? Whatever it is that she might need, she's got to evaluate that. You have to evaluate that. And if you really don't give a fuck, then it really doesn't matter anyway. As the husband, if you really don't give a fuck, that shit is going to crash. And happy wife, happy life is not a concept for you. You don't give a fuck if she's happy. I don't even know why you're there.
What if she's not in relationship with you? What if she's just in relationship with what you provide?
Sounds like we're back on simping again.
But that's my point. Women, listen, you know how men are. Let's just be real. We're men.
Yeah. Oh.
Men don't just go for the whole enchilada with one woman unless we have a sense of this is it.
Yeah. Real talk.
And when we go there, we need to be sure that she's down like 4 flat tires.
Flat tires.
Otherwise, what do I say in the relationship dismount? Be careful of dating your ideas. Mm-hmm. Listen, ideas get old like Wonder Bread. They evolve. They changed. What happens if she evolves past you, right? But not really past you. Past what you've been able to provide. Then you wake up one day and recognize you've been a simp this whole time.
Marriage. Marriage is evolution.
Speak on it, pimp.
If you are in the same position that you were in when you got married 10 years later, then something is definitely wrong.
Wow.
All I'm going to say is, if you don't grow in a relationship, I feel like I'm VC right now. If you don't grow
do the VC
in the relationship, then you'll find yourself in trouble. I remember when the Charmer and I were walking. I'm sorry, VC. No, but real talk. If you don't grow in a marriage, if you don't move forward in a marriage to become the unit that you need to be, you're going to have a problem. And 19 years later, I can vouch to that because my wife and I have gone through moments where it's like, yo, something is not right. This ain't right. We need to change this. We need to fix that. We need to move forward.
Now watch this. Fuck Simp'n. Let's go into what Hustle is talking about right now.
Hustle.
First off, let's outline service. Mm-hmm. I talked about it earlier if you just tuned in to the Voice of Reason. Service. Selfless service. Too many of us are fucking making deposits into a relationship bank account looking for a payoff. Listen, watch this. Every fiat currency in the world has failed. And the dollar is next.
What makes you think your relationship currency won't fail? This is why I keep trying to tell people, if you don't have unconditional love, what you have is conditional behavior.
What?
Y'all ready for this show today?
Ah, man.
I think it was a quote you said, or somebody said, women. The quote said, "Women love their kids unconditional. They love their man with conditions."
Right. The kids, first time they ever felt unconditional love. Dad, they still got conditions for him and her love for him in most cases. Some but not.
As always.
Some but not all. You got to keep saying that.
Some but not
because
all.
Not everybody. Not everybody like that. But like Hustle is saying, service is about sacrifice. I'm not Christian, but I know how to use the Bible to make a point.
Yeah.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should have everlasting life.
Well.
Let me say again, that whole verse was a metaphor. God loving the world unconditionally meant, metaphorically, I would sacrifice my kid for my other children, my creation. So now that verse 3:16 is tying sacrifice and unconditional love together. Put this in your relationship. You can't serve and you can't sacrifice unless there's love. This is why I say most relationships are predicated on conditional behavior. As long as you meet these expectations through your behavior, we should be happy.
Don't you think that most people don't know the definition of service, or at least the workable definition of service? Service is something that you do not for your own personal gain, but to do something to make someone else's situation greater.
That's what Hustle is talking about,
right.
Aligning service with purpose.
But with that being said, you can gain from your service to someone else because that makes them greater, and in their action, they can make you greater.
But just like in the Bible, when we're talking about the Good Samaritan, what makes the Good Samaritan great is that it was a selfless act.
Nothing for them.
We are relationship brokers. And a simp is just a low-level numbers runner. I'm trying to put niggas up on game, like real game. A simp is a low-level numbers runner.
There's levels to this?
He playing the odds.
Always.
If I spend a little here, if I do a little here,
She
if I do, she gonna give me. He's a low-level numbers runner, right? Now he's a simp because he's going for the low-hanging fruit because there's a better chance of him getting a return on his investment.
It's real talk,
real rap.
You see how this is all panning out? Service, on the other hand, can only happen when there's unconditional love with a thought partner.
Thought.
Just
clarify.
When you and your woman can come together and partner around a purpose.
When you guys do that, it's amazing.
But it's hard to do that when society on a conveyor belt every day turning out relationship brokers, somebody who's looking to get more than they are willing to give. For God so loved the world that he gave. It's a metaphor. I'm not saying it's real. I'm not a Christian, but it's a metaphor. I'm going to ask Christians, go into a church. Go into a church and ask a Christian, if you could save the entire world, you just got to give up your son. You got to sacrifice your son. You won't find, and I mean, don't ask the parishioners, ask the pastors. TD Jakes, would you give up your first son? Would you give up your daughter? Creflo, would you give up your daughter? Would you give up your wife? You know how many, listen, that's when you start seeing the real. It's a metaphor. You can't love unconditionally unless you're willing to sacrifice, unless you're willing to let it all go.
Are we social simps then?
You motherfucking, all of us.
Social simps in the sense that you play the system in order to get the type of thing that you feel that you need. Social simp versus like an obvious one. But it's all the same. It's all relative.
Man.
I like this.
Yo, the voice of reason is on fire right now. I'm up in here, turned up, because it's an important topic. Simping versus serving. In intimate relationship, who deserves serving? And when does serving cross the line into simping? The science of Captain Save 'em versus Captain Raise 'em. I always tell sisters, how did that person affect your soul? When you got somebody that's grasping at nothing. Well, I remember one time we went to the movies. I remember one time he bought me some cotton candy. No, I said, how did he impact and affect your soul? How did he elevate you spiritually? Captain Raise 'em versus Captain Save 'em. Captain Save 'em gets a payoff. Captain Raise 'em is preparing you for a send-off.
Isn't Captain Raise 'em's payoff the send-off?
No. Watch this.
Go deeper. As you
The
were
word
saying.
guru. Sanskrit word guru. The dispeller of darkness. Well, that's a fucking light bulb. You're not worshiping that. You're not worshiping a candle. See, we tend to worship the human form of the Savior because it took us out of our circumstance. When in actuality, it's just there doing its job, illuminating. Do you understand? You don't thank the stop sign. No. You don't thank the street light. You know what? Thank you for stopping me here. No, you ignore that shit basically. It's automatic. Okay, stop. Okay, here's the green. Go. You don't go, thank God for green lights. That light is a God. As the Muslims says, El Kidr, the green one. Come on.
Green Lantern.
Stop. Callers. Hopefully the phone is working. Let's see this time around. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Jesus Christ. We're going to have to get off of Vonage.
No.
Magic Jack.
The Magic Jack. But this is what I'm going to do right now. Simping versus serving. Serving is essential for healthy relationships. Simping is a key ingredient to eroding relationships. You think your woman don't feel your disingenuous nature when you simping to get something? You think he doesn't feel? Oh, the female simp is, woo. You think I don't recognize the level of your sweetness as it deepens when you have an agenda that needs to be met? Oh, God. Listen, we're going to take a quick break.
And then when we come back, we're going to wrap it up. Quick music break. We'll be back at 2.2. The Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio, Zoe Williams, Dash Radio, Simp'n versus Serving in intimate relationships. We'll be back.
Oh.
Yo. The Voice of Reason is back. None of these topics are easy. And I don't profess to have the answers to everything because I can barely understand myself on any given occasion, any given moment. Today we were talking about the simp, which is a colloquial slang term, meaning a dude who goes out of his way to be nice to a girl who didn't do anything to deserve it. A dude who's being super nice, uber nice, and bending over backwards so he can get some kind of in with her. A man that puts himself in a subservient/submissive position under a woman in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. Now, on many occasions, I've been called a simp. And I had to do this show to differentiate. I listen. I'm a listener. You tend to learn about people when you get the fuck out of the way and listen. You brought up a point earlier and I chopped it up immediately. Men gossip, men judge, and men label, not knowing the full context of how whoever they're judging and labeling, in this case, say it's a girl, not even really understanding how she got to where she is. I'm not saying we all perfect, but at the end of the goddamn day, we are the only community we got. Our success lies on our ability to cooperate. Not everybody will make it. Not everybody's going to be a part of the team. But at the end of the day, when I look around and see vagrancies in other communities, they somehow overlook that so that they could continue to work together. Do you see a high level of homelessness in the Asian community? You don't see a lot of Asian homeless people, do you? You don't see a lot of kung pao on the ground? No. You don't. You don't. You see a lot of Jewish homeless people? Mm-mm. I'm just saying, every community fucked up. But when we're eating ourselves up from the inside out, we have less of a chance to succeed. Now, any man, we already labeled him. A simp is a diet pimp, right? A simp is a low-level relationship numbers runner. He's playing the odds, trying to be Mr. Nice Guy so he can get some pussy. Let me just say this to all my haters and detractors, because I listen to women and I give them space to breathe and talk. I've never had to work as hard as you do to get pussy. If we're going to talk about the evils of our society, one of the evils of our society is colorism. I'm light-skinned with green eyes, nigga. I'm not even trying to get pussy. Pussy is mailing itself to me while you're motherfucking jumping through hoops. You're more of a simp than I ever could be. Pussy has never required effort on my part. This is why I'm an evaluator of people, of women. I can sit and listen. Even Kool Mo D said this once. We were doing a TV show together. And Mo was like, well, you know, I had to develop my mouthpiece because in our community, you know, you have dark skin and you have light skin. And, you know, there was a negative connotation for being dark skin. And, you know, I got ridiculed. So I had to develop a mouthpiece to be able to show my intelligence. Right? That's what he said. He said, now, unlike Zoe, because of that stigma in our community, Zoe doesn't have to develop a mouthpiece. There's a lot of niggas out there who
who hate like bitches because they see me and be like, that nigga got it together. He's sitting next to Malaya, but I'm better. Just, Nick, listen, we brothers. Take the hate out your gate. It makes you walk like a bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take the hate out of your gate. It makes you walk like a bitch.
A little hate in that left leg there.
Your gate is off, my nigga. Like you tore an ACL from hating. I mean, it's real. It's fucked up. And I never play this card on my brothers, but it's like, we gotta stop this shit. I've always predicated myself on, okay, get past the bullshit aesthetics. I'm not the most handsome motherfucker in the world. Get past the superficiality. What's your thought game like? How can we come together and build? Anybody who know me, the two sisters that I had children by, chocolate, beautiful women. Anybody who know me, I'm an advocate for beautiful sisters that are chocolate. That don't mean I won't fuck with a light-skinned sister.
No.
That don't mean I appreciate them any less. But anybody who knows me knows if you're not coming with substance, if you're not coming with meaning, if you're not grounded in the knowledge of who you are, chances are I'm not fucking with you. So when I see, Zoe's simping because he letting these girls talk. Nigga, your relationship is on the ropes because you won't let yours talk. Your relationship is on the rocks because you listen with judgment. You listen with condemnation. You listen with disdain. You think it makes you a man.
Oh,
shit. I be laughing at these pseudo men.
Pseudo men.
I've never had to simp. I've always had to beat them back with book bags and tennis shoes and jackets. I've always, okay, enough. A moment of silence, please. But I just wanted to say one more thing. I bet. You fucking bitch strugglers. You've been struggling with bitches this whole time.
Struggle game is real. Struggle game is real.
Let's stop hating and start congratulating. Start building. Okay, my engineer is gone. I went on a
tangent.
I went on a tangent.
I think he left.
Nah, man, because I'm just saying that shit just be killing me the way we kill each other off. Oh, this nigga light-skinned, he must be gay because he's light-skinned. Elijah Muhammad was light-skinned.
He was.
Minister or Reverend Jeremiah Wright is light-skinned. Have you guys heard Jeremiah Wright preach? It's mandatory. See that pussy? They hand it to me. I got no game. It's just some bitches understand my story. Nas. There it is.
Perfectly spoken.
Perfectly spoken. But do you understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of light-skinned dudes out here that's strong. That's strong for all of us. Mm-hmm. And we got to get over that bullshit. Labeling and judging our people. Hey! Nick! Can we end the show, my nigga? Okay, Nick is, I don't know what Nick is doing. Can we end the show? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. The voice of reason has been really crazy tonight.
It's fun, though.
It was a fun night. I love the conversation. I'm open for the discussion. Let's continue to support each other. Let's continue to have each other's back. And let's stop with this childish game, man. The games we play. Fuck that. Let's do work together. You want that work, nigga? Let's get that work, nigga.
Well, let's go then.
All right, then. All right. I appreciate you guys. Tune in Friday for another installment of The Voice of Reason. Holla.